Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another show. My name is Tyler, and I'm here with Matt, the founder of ORATS. ORATS is an options analytics platform built on top of over 15 years of historical options data. Today on the show, we're going to be demonstrating how to use the new Otto agent in the dashboard, which is connected to the stock scanner, the option scanner, the back tester, and a bunch of the other tools in the dashboard. It's very agentic, and we're going to show you some of those capabilities today.
Yeah, it's awesome, Tyler. We keep stats on who's using what, and we have a graph, and the most popular are engaged are Auto and the stock scanner. So this is a great combination of two of our most popular products in the tools dashboard.
All right, so I'll be sharing my screen today. Yeah, we'll just start by looking at like all these tabs here. There's this agent tab right here, and this is where you go to switch if you want to drive the dashboard, all these tabs using Auto. So we're going to look at a little bit of the stock scanner today. And we have stock scanner templates as well as you can save your stock scans. So we're just going to start by asking it, um, show me the stock scanner templates and see where we can get started today.
Yeah, this is great because it's fully connected to all of the tools. It does take a while because it has so many connections, but it goes and opens up these things and analyzes the data. We'll talk about it later, but there's an explain this page in the top right hand corner that's really useful. But now
Mhm.
it's just going through all of the scans that you have, Tyler.
Yeah, great. So let's pull this out to see a little bit more. So we got, so these are some of the ones that are already built, curated by ORATS for you guys. We have high and low implied volatility scans to find stocks that have, IV that's lower or higher versus its history versus the ORATS forecast. We have the same thing for the put call skew, rich versus cheap. This looks at moving averages and the slope percentile as well as our forecasts. So it kind of builds on top of hundreds of our proprietary indicators that we have in
And
the
you could
dashboard.
even ask the agent what is an appropriate strategy for for those types, or you could do it the other way. Hey, I want to sell a put spread. What's the best? There are two ways to do it. What's the best stock scanner to look at? Because a lot of people want to. I want to address this right up front. A lot of people want to do a scanner using all of the uh, symbols, but they don't really want to do that. They wouldn't trade a triple levered uh, ETF versus a stock. Like so you want to narrow down your um, you want to narrow down your population that you're using on the option scanner, using some things. So the stock scanner is a really good way to do that. And once you have a good stock scan, you save it, and then you could access it at the option scanner. So like that's the way to really narrow down the stocks that you want to look at, and then you could sort it in the stock scanner too with the most important things. So that's the way to do what a lot of people want to do, Tyler.
Yeah, that's a great point, Matt. The option scanner only takes up to 25 symbols. So if you're looking at the whole universe of stocks, you really need to use the stock scanner to narrow it down. And that's definitely the way to do it here. So it looks like it's gone ahead and I asked it if I want to sell a put spread, which of these templates is
Yeah.
best to use. And it went ahead and reasoned for a little bit, checked out the high IV 30-day scan, and it said there was a twist. So what's this twist? You'll want IV rich relative to something. So it's looking at some of the things that we've scanned for. Um,
Yeah, why don't you go back to the stock scanner?
yeah,
Um, yeah, so you have to go out and go back and then go back to the agent. So, um,
well, we can actually tell it to pull the stock scan
okay.
up in the stock scan.
All right. So it just does it like in memory or something.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah,
Okay.
here.
Oh, there it is. Okay, sweet. So show them, like maybe ask them to save it, like
Yeah.
as a certain name, and see if it does that. You know, of course, we're asking to do things that we haven't tested yet. So
Your updates. Yeah, because I think it made a few changes to it.
yeah, it's just called High IV 30 Day. I guess that's what it's called.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's saving it. So now it'll show up in my scans. Um, yeah, this one right here. No earnings.
Oh,
It
I
even
like that.
appended by Otto. So
That's pretty sweet. Now you could go over to the. Let's just look at one more thing in the stock scanner. It's
yeah.
sorting, like it's important to get the sort right. So
Hmm.
it's sorting by. Um,
This one's sorting by stock volume. I'm not sure. Let's ask it why it chose that.
well, the last one I saw it didn't like.
Okay.
So just say go back to the old stock scan, because
That's so right here. Yeah, this one was sorted
yeah, that's
by
the one I
this
like.
ratio here. Yeah.
Go ahead. Why don't you save that?
Okay.
Like just show people how to save that. Save to my scans and then change it to now change that some. Yeah. So see, this is one I like. So if you look at the scroll down a little bit, yeah. So ORATS forecast divided by ORATS earnings. So that's the one it's sorting on. So you mentioned before that it's only possible to do 25 names because there's so many things going on in the background. So you want the you have all these filters, but you want the final ranking to be done on the ORATS forecaster,
Right.
divided by X earnings. Now I should also mention it's only showing 10 stocks. So you could always go in and loosen up some of these. You could ask it to loosen it up right now, Tyler.
Yeah.
Show like at least 50 or something.
Yeah.
And so it will loosen it up for you.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have it explain the page. You can kind of have it reference the page and kind of make changes. So we'll see what it does here with these changes to these indicators and loosen it up, and then maybe we can it'll be sorted by this, and then when you send it to the option scanner, it'll just take the top 25. So that's why the sort is really meaningful
Yeah. And so like the agent, one of the reasons that we developed the agent is to help people. Sometimes we would get questions, but now you can ask the agent many of these questions, and
here.
it's pretty amazingly good at doing this.
We're up to
Well,
972.
yeah, it totally foobarred it though, Tyler. It doesn't even have the good. Yeah,
Hmm.
it didn't do that well.
Okay. Yeah, it's the seems like the ratios are
Yeah,
gone. So
so maybe
uh,
go back and just do it manually, and then we could work on
yeah.
that. So we save that. So what you would do is go, just go up to one of these, scroll up a little bit, Tyler, to the. So if you see a number in there, go to like implied volatility, like the present, yeah, and then so it says, confidence, IV ranges, the IV percentile 1 month. I would probably take
Hmm.
that out, the 1 month, because we have IV over to the right. No, yeah, there. Just clear that. Just display only that or whatever. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then now we have 16
There are
stocks. So
16.
whatever.
Yeah.
So we could, now you could save this, and then let's go over, or you could actually ask it now. Use the current stock scanner in a short put spread scan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the great thing about Auto is it knows what's on the screen, and
Yeah.
you can kind of if you're not really sure where things are in the dashboard, you can kind of have Auto take you to where they're at.
Yeah.
I use that a lot when I'm like Oh, is this like in the risk profile or the paper trader? I'll just have Otto take me to it. Um, so, yeah, here we go. See if it does this right. If not, you can just click send to option scanner right here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
That's
then
right.
it'll take you to the option scanner into a fresh scan, um, and kind of show you. So these are all the symbols from the stock scan, and then these are the results. So this is a short put spread. What type of option? Let's start a new chat here. What type of options? Let's ask Otto. What type of option strategies are best for a high IV stock scan? Can you make these in the option scan? See what it does.
And if people have comments on Otto, I mean, they should send them to us, right? Because we could.
Yeah.
We're always working with the agent to make the agent smarter. Most people know how the AIs work, where you have a memory file. So we could have the memory file work more like people want, and the more people using it and giving us feedback, the better we could make the agent. So that's a very cool way to do it. And then you
Yeah.
can see, like down below, we're getting results here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sorting by, you can sort by different columns in the option scanner.
Yeah, it's reward to risk now.
Yeah,
But
we have different rank
yeah,
weights. Oh, they did it change it to reward to risk? Oh, it
yeah,
did. Huh, nice. Oh,
and
it
yeah,
looks like it
it
ran its
would be
own.
less risky. Yeah.
Interesting. Iron Condor. All right.
Yeah, I mean, because you didn't say, if you would have said a skew, then it might have done a short put spread. You know what I mean? You just said high
Yeah,
IV rate.
I see. We're kind of going back and forth with Otto and manually here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
getting a little
So
confusing.
I mean, I think what we wanted to do today, I don't know if you have much else, but we wanted to show you just the overview of how to work with the agent and then how it controls the tools. I mean, you could always go into the tools and control it yourself,
Mhm.
and read about how the agent wants to control it.
Yeah. And I think that's good for like, kind of learning more about, the markets and how to trade. And there's so many tools on ORATS exploring how Otto prefers to use them, and then kind of overriding it when you feel like you need to is I think that's really a great way to learn.
Right. And the option scanner, it can have multiple scans coming up, and it will still sort by things in your rank weightings. Like, you could sort by ORATS forecast, or you could sort by, I like to use like probability of profit and the risk reward, or
Mhm.
you could do the rank weightings and do like 5 at a time. So like it's awesome. It's an awesome way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then once you've kind of decided on the trade you're doing based off of the rank weightings and all that, then you can open it up in the risk profile and
Yeah.
see the full trade here and then send it off to your Tradier account or your paper trading account, whichever one's connected.
Yeah.
So
You could copy the trade and it could even go into Schwab. So
yeah.
we handle like, most of the popular brokerages there.
Mhm.
But again, the cool thing about this is you could go to the adjust the IB and DTE. So this shows you the skew in a particular stock. So into it, you could see that like it's got a pretty crazy skew going on. Probably has uh, earnings. Yeah, it does have earnings coming up. So this is one of the ones that didn't get filtered for earnings, Tyler.
Yeah.
So you could see when earnings is coming. But again, um, it's a decent strategy anyway to get this. Um, you know.
It looks like Otto said they're reporting here on the
Oh yeah,
25th of August. So it,
yeah,
it caught the reporting date. And
right,
then it kind of I like reading the Otto transcript because it kind of will tell you why something might be the way it is. I
right.
was doing a scan a stock scan on some of the indexes, and then I was like, wait a second, why is this elevated? And I asked it for an explanation. Then it was like, oh, according to the macro calendar,
Yeah,
this event is up next. I'm like, oh well, I probably shouldn't be trading the indexes around then. So
yeah.
uh,
And you're teasing out our new thing that we're working on, Tyler, the weekend holiday adjustments and the macro moves is going to be, we're going to be talking about those in the coming weeks. That's a really interesting way to look at the markets that a lot of people are not looking at it. So
yeah, that's really exciting. So yeah, stay tuned for that show. We're gonna really dive into the macro calendar that we have in here and some new features.
cool.
But yeah, Otto is really great at like kind of giving you the context on a stock scan or an option scan, why something might be happening, and then it can kind of suggest to you filters how to filter it out.
Yeah.
So that's another way to do it.
Yeah, well, nice job driving, Tyler. It gave me a break for once, and you could see how the people could see how to use this. That really explains, gives you not just a tour, but like it helps you through the ORATS experience. Granted, we have a lot of different tools out here, but the agent could really find the tools that help you with the particular trade or the research that you're working on.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. And there's a lot of great starting points too. We've kind of put a bunch in here, a
Yeah,
bunch of different topics and starting points, and you can select which ticker you want to start with, and it's kind of a lot of cool things here. Yeah, so thanks for letting me drive it, and there's
yeah,
some really exciting stuff that we're releasing here soon. So stay tuned for future shows. We're going to be releasing a few new products in the coming weeks. So
yeah.
all right, yeah, thanks, Matt, and thank you, Trader, for hosting. We'll see you guys again next week.
Thanks, Ed.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.